After months of Tory socialism, Jacob Rees-Mogg is finally leading the cabinet rebellion against Boris Johnson's tax rises. Before we start the video, as you guys might have heard earlier today, we heard that the Labour MP Jack Dromey has unfortunately passed away. I just want to say my thoughts are with the family, especially Harriet Harman, his wife, and everybody else. This is, again, not about party politics. It was one of the decent MPs that we had in Parliament, regardless of sides. And I hope that today and tomorrow and the next few days, people don't try to turn this into some sort of divisive tribalism. Let's just focus on human life and, of course, his legacy. Now, legacy, speaking of legacy and politics and the job of politicians, let's talk about what's going on right now in Westminster. Now, there are a few sound Conservative MPs who are still Conservative. A lot of them are still on the backbenches, some of them are in the government, and people say that they've sold out because they're in the cabinet. They can't really publicly attack Boris Johnson. Apparently, Jacob Rees-Mogg is now leading the rebellion inside the cabinet against the tax rises, specifically national insurance. And something happened earlier today, and actually over the last couple of days, that's been the biggest kind of debate in the Commons between Labour and Tories, because Labour are saying that, rightly so, the Tory side are essentially socialists, and Jacob Rees-Mogg was having this debate with the Labour MP, and this was quite interesting. I was not expecting the way it went. Watch this, because this was the Labour side accusing the Tory government of being socialist.
Perhaps the right honourable gentleman turns out to be more socialist than he's hitherto let on, given that, according to the Financial Times, he is now asking his own government to scrap the national insurance tax rise.
Now, the interesting thing is, the Labour side are not saying that, well, if you're opposing the national insurance rise, then you're a socialist. No, this is a party political matter. That's why the Labour Party are against the national insurance rise. They would have done the same thing. They would have done something very, very similar. They would have increased income tax, which is the same thing. So do not listen to the Labour Party. Luckily, Jacob Rees-Mogg was debating, and he knew how to come back.
Clear, not only is she now referring to taxpayers' money, a good Tory principle. We always call it taxpayers' money because we recognise there is no money from anywhere else. But also, Mr. Speaker, she's become a Eurosceptic. She's become a staunch Brexiteer. Because the only way our socialist friends can advocate cutting VAT on fuel is by having left the European Union.
To be fair, that's true. You can't be inside the European Union and do some of these policies that the Labour Party want to do in the name of socialism. Now, not everybody is convinced yet about Jacob Rees-Mogg's sudden trend towards being sound. Tory MPs are still calling him out. There are a number of them. One of them is Jake Berry, who is the chair of the Northern Research Group, one of the sound backbenchers, who said that Jacob Rees-Mogg has obviously opposed the measures, and it's very well to turn around with crocodile tears now and say, look what my policies have created. Surely this shouldn't have happened. So people like Jake Berry are not convinced that Jacob Rees-Mogg is completely on the sound side right now. That's one issue. Then you have others like Peter Bone, who are publicly being outspoken against the fact that the Conservative government is not conservative.
You will have heard that the official opposition are now adopting Conservative views. They believe in lower taxation. They believe in leaving the European Union. Would it be possible for this government to believe in Conservative views? And would the...
Yes, absolutely spot on, Peter Bone. He's the hero we don't deserve, but he's the hero that we need. Well done, Peter Bone. We need to have this conversation because, we can't just have politicians who are sound as backbenchers. Then they become different when they are part of the cabinet, which I understand why. Collective responsibility, I get it, but don't completely sell out. You don't have to completely be a different person. You can still have your convictions. I can remind you of one person. Margaret Thatcher was a backbencher, became a minister and prime minister. All three roles, she remained the same politician. She did not change. Whether you agree or disagree with Margaret Thatcher's policies, that's irrelevant. She remained the same person. And there are a number of other examples like that we could mention. I'm not going to name others because they could be too radical. But the whole point is, we have to wait and see if Jacob Rees-Mogg is going to be leading this rebellion inside the cabinet and whether he's going to be successful or not. We'll wait. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and the best way to stay up to date is, because I know that you guys subscribe to a lot of channels, is to click on the bell next to it, because videos don't always get recommended by this platform. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.